Okay guys, we've made it. I'd like to finally welcome you back to 2K with the Popboy. That's right, and I have risen from the ashes. My computer not so much. No, that's still ashes. By the way, if you didn't see on Twitter, we had a little setback on this upload. Might have been a minor explosion, whatever, it's not important at this point. But I really appreciate your patience, guys, as I pick up the pieces of my shattered life. So let's get to it. We've all waited long enough. This is, in fact, Defensive Settings episode number 2. Alright, and this one's going to be all about help defense. And I know those are scary words in 2K, but I promise y'all, after testing more than I'm willing to admit, I got these. Okay, so by the end of the vid, we'll have our AI teammates playing the smartest, most effective help defense possible. Okay, and to accomplish this, we really got to get 3 settings to work together. So let's start off right up here with the off-ball pressure setting. First thing, automatics out, of course. And then we're going to come all the way over here to deny ball. I'm also going to be giving that one the boot. Hey, every offense would love to create this kind of floor spacing, and we're just handing it to them on this setting for no reason. But what if they have one star player who's going off and we want to keep the ball out of his hands? Can't we use deny ball then? Good question, but no. I still wouldn't use this setting even in situations like that. In that case, setting him to tight would be the best option. And that's because this right here, this happens way too much on the deny ball setting. The defenders will overrun their man and just willingly get behind him and just hand him an easy cut to the bucket. Okay, so now that we got those 2 out of there, we're really just dealing with the remaining 4. We got gap, leave him, and those 2 are very similar. They're both going to give a lot of space. Then we got moderate and tight. What I found with all my testing is that no matter what setting you put it on here, we're still going to have those times where our off-ball defenders overreact and they go running off the face of the earth to go help when their help isn't really needed at all, leaving their man all by himself and leaving our defense totally exposed. Okay, so there's no setting here that's going to completely eliminate that. But what I did find with my testing is that putting it on a tighter setting that gives less space definitely reduces the frequency of this happening. But in my opinion, they still do it too much even when it's on tight. So that's no good. But if you can believe it, there's actually a bigger problem that comes up with help defense that I ran into when I was testing over and over again. You'll notice we have 3 off-ball defenders covering 3 offensive players on the perimeter here. Out of those 3, look who comes to help. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Why are we having Dennis Smith Jr. come to help, which leaves Ricky Rubio alone on the 3-point line, when we could have Harrison Barnes help and leave Derek Favors alone on the 3-point line? This is not difficult stuff here. Oh, and this is the worst one here, guys. Check this out. Seriously, we got Luka Doncic coming into the paint to help, which leaves Donovan freaking Mitchell all by his lonesome on the 3-point line. And look who we have over here. Look who we could have had come help. We got DeAndre Jordan staying home on Rudy freaking Gobert on the fucking 3-point line. Come on. Seriously, man. So we got a lot to clean up here. So here's what we're going to need to do. First thing, come down to the help rule settings, and we're going to start off by putting everybody on no help for both of these. Drive help rules, screen help rules. So we're going to look through the team we're playing, and we're going to find anybody who can't shoot from the perimeter, and we're going to want to set just that player to help and no rotation for both of these. Okay, next what we're going to do, come back out here to the main settings for everybody. Let's come back up here to the off-ball pressure setting. First thing we want to do, let's set everybody to moderate. And you'll see why we want to do this in a sec, but first, of course, we want to go back into the individual players, and we want to go back to those same guys that we put on help and no rotation, and we want to change the setting just for them. And if they're a big, like DeAndre Jordan here, we want to set them to leave him. If it were a guard who can't shoot from the perimeter, like Rondo, Tony Allen, somebody like that, then I'd want to set that player to gap. And these, like I said, are very similar. They're essentially doing the same thing, but leave him works a lot better for bigs, and gap is going to work a lot better for guards and wings. Okay, then we come back out here to the main settings for everybody, and this is what it'll look like. We have off-ball pressure moderate for most, and then we got drive help rules and screen help rules, no help for most. So let's take a look at what we're going to get with these settings. First of all, of course, we're going to have the correct helper. You can see a good example of it right here. We got Rudy Gobert leaving DeAndre Jordan alone out there, and everybody else who's guarding somebody who can shoot, they're not leaving their man. And you can see in this situation, Rudy Gobert rolling down the lane. DeAndre Jordan has it pretty well covered. And we got 3 perimeter defenders all staying home on their man. Nobody's overreacting to that roll man coming down the paint and unnecessarily helping and leaving their man open. And this is because all 3 of the offensive players on the perimeter can shoot from the perimeter. So we have all 3 of these defenders set to no help, so they're staying home. This is great. This is what we want. So we're okay with relying on these primary defenders a little more because they just do a better job with it this year. And trust me, that's way better than having defenders go to help when they're not needed and leaving a wide open 3-point shooter out there. But let's say the primary defenders get beat badly, okay, and there's a huge breakdown in the defense, and all your help defenders are set to no help. That's one of the reasons we want them set to moderate. Okay, because on moderate, they do a much better job of recognizing these extreme situations when there's a huge, massive breakdown in the defense, and they're more willing to leave their man more in those situations to offer some help or at least get in the way. Now, of course, if you get beat this badly, a lot of times it's not going to end well. But trust me, it's a very good thing that these off-ball defenders on moderate are at least demonstrating the ability to recognize that there's been a massive breakdown and that our defense is pretty much screwed, and saying, well, okay, I might as well try to go help, try to get in the way. So that's one benefit of moderate. But right here, here's the real beauty of this moderate off-ball pressure setting. Okay, first of all, look at the alignment of these off-ball defenders. Okay, you see how they're sagging off of their man, clogging up the floor a little bit, eating up some of that floor space, taking away some of the spacing from the offense, squeezing those driving lanes. You can see they're recognizing, okay, I'm on the weak side of the floor, the ball's over on the other side, I can sag off a little more. Oh, here comes the ball over to my side. Now I'm going to tighten up on my man a little bit. And it gets even better. Check out Jay Crowder on the left here. Y'all see him slide over a little bit there, trying to squeeze that driving lane while still keeping an eye on his man. And then also look over to the right, we have Dante Exum. You see how he's recognizing that there's that space there, that floor space there, and he's trying to slide over to eat some of it up while still maintaining his responsibility to his man. Now our defenders, our off-ball AI defenders, are really actually thinking. And so this is why we want the guys who are set to no help also set to moderate off-ball pressure. And don't worry, these guys who are set to moderate will not be sagging off of their man too much to the point that they can't recover. And it's actually really consistent. The AI does a pretty damn good job of reacting and recovering quickly when the pass is made. So this is definitely one of the more frustrating ones to get right. But I'm telling you guys, once I got all of these set like this, the results were just amazing. It stood up through all of my testing. Now this will go a long way towards making our AI teammates play smart on defense this year, but of course, there's still more to be done, so I'm going to keep testing, make sure I get them right, and we'll continue to do what we do. By the way, if you're new, hop on, come and join our little community of people who just want to make the game experience better. Okay, so you can subscribe and then hit your notifications on. Keep up on everything I learn, and if you found this useful, you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like down there. You can help the channel grow that way, which will only allow me to test more and just do more to improve the game in the future. Speaking of which, you know I'm back to the lab again. Okay, but I'll catch you guys right back here next time on 2K with the Popboy.